Welcome back to the GCSE Maths Pro YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be looking at how to work out the volume of pyramids. So, while a pyramid isn't a prism, it's not got a shape that repeats itself the whole way through, has it? It is still quite a basic formula, so I'm not sure that this would be on your formula sheet. I guess it depends on the exam board. The formula for a pyramid would be a third multiplied by the area of the base, so that could be a square, it could be a rectangle, it could be a triangle, whatever it is, the area that relates to the base, and then multiplied by the perpendicular height. So remember, with area and volume, we're always looking at measurements that are perpendicular. We're not looking at any diagonal sides. So the perpendicular height. So it's effectively, this bit here is really the formula for a prism, whether that would be a triangular prism for this one, a cuboid for this one, and then a pyramid is a third of that. So that's why I think it's not necessarily on the formula sheet, because it's a little bit more straightforward than, say, a sphere or a cone or a shape like that. Now, I will have that formula in the top corner so that you can refer back to it. So work out the volume of the square-based pyramid, right? So this one's a square-based pyramid. So we need to work out, first of all, there's a third, that's just right there at the front. We need to work out the area of the base, which is, in this case, a square, so that's why I've only been given one dimension, the 4.8, because that would repeat on both sides. The area would be 4.8 multiplied by 4.8, or 4.8 squared, and then we multiply that by the perpendicular height, which you can see is the green arrow, so the 7.2. And then we just put that into our calculator. That gives me 55.296. Centimeters cubed. Okay, so that one's a fairly straightforward one because we're just copying from the formula. So for the next one, we need to work out the volume of the square-based pyramid. This time, give your answer to 3 significant figures. So square-based pyramid, again, we've got 1/3 multiplied by the base, which is a square, so that would be 7 multiplied by 7, or 7 squared. Now the problem is, we want to know the perpendicular height, which would be that. What we've been given is what might be called a slant height. Either way, it's a diagonal line. It's not a perpendicular height, is it? So I can't just multiply that by 8.7. It doesn't work. I need to know the perpendicular height. Now, how would I figure that out? You have to assume that in a GCSE question, they will give you all the information you need to know in order to figure everything out. So there would be a way to work out that green height. If we add a line there, I don't know if you can see that, but that standing up, I guess we're kind of using 3D trig or 3D Pythagoras in this case. We can create a right angle triangle. Wherever you can create right angle triangles, you can always use some form of Pythagoras or trig. So we've got hypotenuse. We want to know the height. Therefore, I would either need an angle or a side. Now I don't have an angle, so I would need this other side here. So actually, there's a little bit more to do, isn't there? Let's draw another line here. Now that would be an isosceles triangle because this perpendicular height would go straight into the centre. I know it doesn't look like it because it's not drawn to scale, but it would go straight to the centre of that square-based pyramid. This here would be 7 because it's a square. So you could work out another side. You could split this if you wanted into a right angle triangle. And because it was isosceles, you know that that's exactly half, isn't it? So it's getting a little bit more complicated in that sense. The volume isn't complicated, the complicated bit is that we're trying to find the height, isn't it? If you find it helpful when you've got 3D shapes like this to just draw out those 2D triangles separately, feel free to do that and you can label them more accurately. The other way you could do it is draw the whole line through, do 7 by 7 and half that. I'm just kind of chucking out ideas, I'm not really going through them in detail, but if you want to look at the 3D trig video, I will link it down below so you can look at it in more detail. But I'm just going to go with the option I've mentioned. So imagine this one is this one on the base, right? That's half of the base of the pyramid, which is 3.5. Now, I do know the height of this triangle here, because again, I'm going from one side of the pyramid, square, base, to the middle. So that would also, I'm not even drawing it to scale, but that would be another 3.5. Okay, 3.5 by 3.5. We can use Pythagoras because we've got 2 sides. I want to know a third one. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. C is always the hypotenuse. A and B, you can split them however you like. If I sub that in, I've got 3.5 squared plus another 3.5 squared equals c squared, or my hypotenuse squared. And let's just work that out in the calculator. Remember that that is c squared. I need to therefore square root the answer. So I get, this is quite a complicated number here, I guess 4.95, but I'm going to leave the answer there in my calculator because I don't want to round it too soon if I can avoid it. It just depends. Sometimes you have too many numbers that you have to work with. 4.95 ... Now remember that is this diagonal here, isn't it? 4.95. You can redraw another triangle to represent this one that stood up, the one that we actually originally wanted. This was the height, wasn't it here? The height, I actually want to know that. The 8.7, I knew. And now I found out that this base is 4.95. So that's why I needed to know from some other working out the base of that triangle. Then it's just literally Pythagoras again, but be careful because C is the hypotenuse. So I put A as h squared plus the 4.95 squared, remember there's more decimals to that, equals 8.7 squared. Now this one I do need to rearrange to get the h on its own. So take away the 4.95 squared. Let's put that in the calculator. I've still got my answer here, so I'm going to use that. 8.7 squared minus, and then answer squared will give me another decimal. Luckily it's a little bit easier, this one. Now that is the height squared, so remember again, square root. So the height is 7.15. Loads of decimals again. We'll keep that in our calculator now. But just to write down, I'd put probably a couple of decimals, 7.15. That is our green height. So we can now rub out all of this and finish our volume formula. We said 1/3 multiplied by the area of the base, which was a square, so 7 times 7, multiplied by the perpendicular height, which is 7.15, ... Put that in our calculator. I am keeping this with all the decimals to use. So times answer to get the most accurate answer. This is now the final answer for the volume, so now I can round it to 3 significant figures. So that would be 117 centimeters cubed. So a bit of 3D Pythagoras was thrown in there as well. Okay, so we need to know how to work out the volume of different shapes. Ideally, also, I would say that we want to be able to know how to use the volume to work backwards and find one of the original dimensions. So in this case, we've got that the volume of the square-based pyramid is 784 centimeters cubed, and we want to work out the perpendicular height to one decimal place, so that green height there. So let's use our formula as we did before. We've got 1/3. The area of the base, it's square, so I can work that out, would be the 18.2 squared, or 18.2 times 18.2, multiplied by the height, which I don't know currently, so I'll just put h, and then I can put it equal to 784 because I know that that's the volume. Do you see how now I've got an equation where the only letter that I don't know is the height, and that is the thing I want to find out. So at this point, forget about shapes, forget about geometry, just think about algebra. How can I rearrange this to solve for h? What you can do in one step is just divide by all of that straight away, that's fine. Or if you want to simplify this side by multiplying it and then divide by one number, that's also fine. Completely up to you. Given that I do have a calculator, I'm probably just going to do it in one step. So the 784, divide by all of that, so 1/3 times 18.2 times 18.2, or 18.2 squared. Just divide it straight by that. Then I would get the height. That's the only thing left, isn't it? If you do it like that, it is only one step. So to one decimal place, that'd be 7.1. 7.1. Okay, so that can actually be quite straightforward, even though we're going in reverse. Okay, our last question. Here we've got 2 identical pyramids have been stuck together, as you can see. The volume of one pyramid is 37.856 centimeters cubed. Work out the total height of the shape. So the total height would be this whole thing. That's what we're working out. So the total height of the shape would be effectively 2 lots of the heights of the pyramid. So what I can do is, in this case I've been given 2 dimensions, so it's not a square-based pyramid, it would be rectangular there, is set up my formula. If you're not sure what to do and you know it's volume, or for example maybe area or something, you can always write down the formula that at least relates to the question and see if it takes you somewhere. So a third multiplied by the area of the base, which would be length times width because it's a rectangle, multiplied by the height, perpendicular height of the pyramid, which I don't know. See, I've not been told that anywhere. That equals to 37.856 because remember that that's the volume of just one pyramid. So similar to the previous question, I just want to work out the height of one pyramid, and then to get the total shape, I would just need to double it because there are obviously two pyramids. So for this one, let's say I divided each of these three parts separately. I'll just show you on the calculator. But it does also work. So 37.856 divided by 1/3, or you could times by 3 if you wanted to just get rid of the denominator. That's fine. So you could write that down. You go, okay, 113.568. Then divide by 3.9. It doesn't matter which order you divide it by. 29.12. Divide by 5.6. 5.2. So the height is 5.2. So luckily we've got quite a nice number there. 5.2 centimeters. But don't forget that is not the final answer because we want to know the total height of the shape. So that would be 2 lots of 5.2, wouldn't it? Which is 10.4. Because that height is 5.2, isn't it? And then you'd have the same again. So 10.4. Okay, that pretty much covers the volume of pyramids. The last part of the volume topic would be working out the volume of compound shapes. That's where we've got multiple shapes stuck together. So make sure you have watched all of the previous videos as we won't be going through necessarily the formulas again. So thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, make sure to like and subscribe and leave down below any questions or comments that you might have.